We have lost over 300,000 jobs in the sector, and that decline has been geographically uneven, with nearly half of the remaining manufacturing employment concentrated in a single province. So when we talk about regional integration this morning, we're not talking about an abstract trade policy exercise. We are talking about whether this country and the continent more broadly can reverse a structural deindustrialization trend that has already been well away for decades. So here's why this theme matters very importantly this morning than it did 20 years ago. The African Continental Free Trade area gives us access to a market of about 1.3 billion people, and that is a stat that is continuously growing, and a combined GDP of roughly $3.4 trillion. So that is an extraordinary demand-side opportunity, but only if our industries are positioned to supply with quality goods. And the lesson from trade economics is very clear, but also somewhat uncomfortable, in that liberalizing trade ahead of building real production capability doesn't just industrialize an economy. It can entrench it as a commodity exporter, or an assembly point, for someone else's export value chain. So how do we build capability and competitiveness, in this new economy where there are massive changes happening globally and continentally as well? So this session examines how regional integration, industrial innovation systems, and enabling infrastructure can strengthen Africa's industrial competitiveness, value chain development, and production integration. This discussion, importantly, will explore the role of the African Free Trade Continental Agreements, SADC, and broader industrial policy coordination in advancing regional manufacturing, trade facilitation, and innovation-driven industrialization. It will also consider how strategic infrastructure, including transport corridors, logistic networks, energy systems, special economic zones, and digital trade platforms can support connected regional value chains and industrial regions. So through presentations, discussions, and stakeholder engagement, this session aims to identify priorities, implementation challenges, and practical recommendations for strengthening continental agreements and partnerships.